Most expensive vehicles on Earth, what are they and what sum do they cost? We've aggregated a combination from 10 most exorbitant autos wherever on the world, from Bugatti Chiron with retail cost $2.7 million to Bugatti La Voiture Noire for $19 million. Some of them are hard to buy even you have required proportion of money. In the way it was happened with Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio, this luxury supercar was sold particularly to the clients picked by Ferrari Association. A vehicle isn't only a method of movement, yet in addition a bit of craftsmanship esteemed, regularly a long time after its creation. Huge names like Lamborghini, Aston Martin and obviously Rolls-Royce regularly come at extremely exorbitant costs and are just implied for rich gatherers. The same number of them are frequently sold out before they arrive at people in general. While the vast majority of the vehicles recorded here are uncontrollably out of the span for most, it is a sheer joy just to take a gander at them. Nonetheless, it is regularly hard to plan such elite on the grounds that the producers frequently hold the cost under the wraps and safeguard them for potential clients as it were. Also, it so happens that when they end up in butters, their costs are set root over the first. So here you go with the most costly extravagance vehicles of 2020 existing as of now. What is the most expensive car in the world? As on account of the most costly watches, one of the main variables influencing the cost of a vehicle is the brand. Supercars from Bugatti, Pagani, Ferrari, McLaren consistently cost a parcel of cash, regardless of whether we are discussing standard models. In any case, the most costly vehicles are consistently have restricted arrangement. When in doubt, auto brands make restricted, at times up to 10 vehicles, arrangement of vehicles with selective alternatives, and these vehicles are the bosses in cost. Number 10. Pagani Huayra BC. $2.8 million coming after the Pagani Huayra. The Pagani Huayra BC is the priciest Pagani vehicle ever constructed. Named as an accolade for Benicchiola, a prominent Italian speculator with most likely the best assortment of Ferraris and a dear companion of Horatio Pagani. This vehicle is a pleasure for the admirers of Pagani's subtleties. Appearing at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show, this vehicle has a more extensive backtrack, new diverts, many cool air highlights. Like the prior variant, the 6.0-litre V12 bi-turbo motor of the BC is sourced from AM, and produces 790 strength and 811 pounds-feet force. This force is rushed to the back tires through the stand drive shafts utilizing a 7-speed XTRAC transmission. Also, the most astounding piece is that the BC assumes control over the Huayra by changing the model's standard 150 milliseconds to 75 milliseconds. At 2,685 pounds, 1,218 kilograms, the BC likewise turns out to be much lighter than the Huayra because of the broad utilization of carbon strands and other lightweight materials. Number 9. Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio. $3 million originally presented as an idea vehicle in 2013 in memory of an expired child of the originator of Pininfarina, the amazing Italian plan house. Just 6 of these vehicles have been made starting at yet, accordingly getting one of the most desired vehicles. This is one of the costliest Ferraris ever constructed and depends on the Ferrari 458 Spider. Every one of the high-quality units is an all-carbon fiber outline, and is an outside extravagance vehicle with 2 seats. Like the Ferrari 458, it has no rooftop, side windows and windshield, and is 330 pounds lighter than its precursor. This makes it more intelligent and snappier, however it has the equivalent normally suctioned 4.5-litre F136F V8 motor, which sends 562 HP to the back tires. The redesigned inside likewise accompanies a large group of intriguing subtleties like streamlined headrests incorporated legitimately with the move confine. The coolest reality about this vehicle, however, is that the proprietors of every one of the 6 models were picked by the makers themselves, making this one of the most uncommon of the uncommon welcome just vehicles.
Number 8. Aston Martin Valkyrie. $3.2 million. While there has been no cost declared for this vehicle starting at yet, master gauges place it at around $3.2 million. Worked under Andy Palmer, the new leader of Aston Martin focused on dissolvability and significance with magnificent vehicles. This model is a remodel of the old Aston Martin Red Bull AMRB 001. Legend has it that Palmer consented to this vehicle over a beverage with Red Racing's Adrian Newey and Christian Horner. Newey, eminent aerodynamicist behind Red Bull's costly and grant-winning games vehicles in the Formula One tracks, contrived a streamlined plan explicitly for this vehicle that pushes air by means of the body, coming about in downforce without utilizing the wings. The 6.5-liter, normally suctioned V12 planned explicitly for the Cosworth, has a 1:1 force-weight proportion, and accompanies a Rimac-constructed crossover battery framework accompanying the motor, which yields around a 1,000 pull. Starting at yet, 150 units of this model has been arranged by the organization, and the conveyances are relied upon to begin 2019 forward. Moreover, 25 track just versions have been arranged whose costs must be guessed as of now. Number 7. Restricted Edition Bugatti Veyron by Masari Vivara. $3.4 million. Upgraded multiple times since its release in 2005, the Masari Vivara version of the Bugatti Veyron isn't just among the priciest vehicles of the world, yet additionally one of the quickest. Demonstrated on the Grand Sport Vitesse Roadster, this German vehicle has a great lacquered carbon fiber body alongside another spoiler bundle giving new diffusers, a more brilliant lodge and front barbecue, bigger side scoops, an abbreviated hood, and such. The overhauled LED lights are all over the front lamp and tail light bunches, the cockpit. What's more, for the tastefully cognizant, guides of history-making occasions like the Targa Florio race and such are laser scratched into both the upholstered, carbon fiber inside, and the outside. The 8.0-liter W16 motor of the vehicle can deliver 1,200 strength and 1,106 pound-feet of force. The first form could reach up to 253 miles per hour and was named the car of the decade 2000 to 2009. Number 6. Lykan Hypersport. $3.4 million. The headlights being made of 240 15-karat jewels, is the cost exceptionally astonishing? And afterward there are the LED cutting edges made of 420 15-karat jewels. And all the diamonds are adaptable. Resembling a heavily clad vehicle with scissor entryways and an inside straight out of a science fiction film, this included in the Incensed 7. And has really been drafted by the Abu Dhabi police for watch obligation. Worked by W Motors, situated in Lebanon, this is the main Arab supercar. Also, it doesn't passage gravely when contrasted and the customary European big deal. Aside from its amazing looks, the twin-turbo mid-back mounted 3.8-liter Level 6 fighter can create 780 pull through the back tires, and a 708 pound-feet of force. It can do a 62 of every a simple 2.8 seconds, and can arrive at speeds up to 240 miles per hour. Number 5. McLaren P1LM. $3.6 million. Not a creation vehicle, this is pretty much a road legitimate form of the track just McLaren P1 GTR. Changed over by the British firm Land's End, who purchased the first P1 worked by McLaren, it was made remembering a select gathering of purchasers in the US, Japan, UK, and the UAE. This vehicle shares a great deal practically speaking with the P1 GTR and the amazing McLaren F1 street vehicle. For instance, the gold plating encompassing the motor cove with a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8. It is a lot more intelligent than the P1 GTR. In addition to the fact that it weighs 132 pounds, 60 kg, not exactly the P1 GTR. However, its changed back wing and augmented front splitter get together with the plunge planes to create 40% expanded downforce when contrasted with the P1 GTR. The marvelousness of the streamlined features can be seen where it is made for on target, where it can deliver 1000 torque. Starting at yet, just 5 units have been assembled, every one of them being sold. Number 4. Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. $4.5 million built to commend the organization's 50th birthday celebration. Veneno in a real sense implies poison in Spanish, and well, the plan looks dangerous. Looking practically like an outsider space case, this vehicle can arrive at speeds that can give one of those a run for their cash, in a real sense. The 6.5-liter V12 with a 7-speed single-grip ISR computerized manual transmission can turn at 8,400 RPM to yield 740 horsepower and 507 pound-feet of force, implying that the vehicle can do a 60 miles per hour at 2.9 seconds. The monarchy is vigorously enlivened by the LP700-4 Aventator, and is made of carbon fiber. The sprung parcel is set on the highest point of a pushrod-impelled suspension, and its all-out dry weight of this carbon fiber vehicle is a simple 3,285 pounds. In spite of the fact that it is driven by a full all-wheel drive framework. Just 9 units being made. The biggest issue of these vehicles is their insane exchanges rates. One was sold at $11 millions. It was the most costly vehicle on the planet ever created upon its presentation, and just 3 being accessible to clients in the primary part. There was an insane scramble to get hands on the leftover ones. Number 3. Koenigsegg CX-5 Trevita. $4.8 million, the most costly road legitimate creation vehicle on the planet. This is covered with genuine jewels. Truly, you read that right. Trevita is a shortened form converting into 3 whites. The carbon filaments are for sure covered with a precious stone residue impregnated sap, called the Koenigsegg proprietary diamond weave. This innovation changed the strands from the conventional dark to sparkling, gleaming white, making the bodywork of this vehicle famous all through for its novel plan and flawlessness. Also, that is not all. Underneath the covering is a 4.8-liter, double supercharged V8 having a complete yield of 1,004 drive and 797 pound-feet of force. This makes it well prepared at overwhelming semis in the expressway. This vehicle accompanies a one-of-its-sort double carbon back wing, iconal exhaust framework, airbags, ABS-fueled carbon earthenware brakes, paddle move, infotainment framework, chronometer instrument bunch, tires observing frameworks alongside a pressure-driven framework. Just 3 vehicles of this model had been at first chosen, prior to getting decreased to 2, on the grounds that the carbon fiber made it excessively troublesome and tedious for ordinary assembling. Number 2. Sweptail by Rolls-Royce. $13 million. Before you wheeze at the cost, do take note of that this vehicle is off the business sectors. That is on the grounds that it was made on the suggestions of one explicit client whose name the organization wouldn't unveil. An organization celebrated for its extravagant rollouts. There were just 4,000 Rolls-Royce vehicles made in 2016. This specific selective vehicle accompanies its custom Mentor work, suggestive of the imperial carriages of yesteryear. Presumably displayed on the Wraith, this vehicle can situate just 2 individuals, follow being restrictive. The sunroof is completely all-encompassing, tightening forcefully like those of the hustling yachts, according to the sets of the client. Something cool about the inside, carefully assembled with wood and cowhide, are the covered up attaché cases for holding PCs behind every entryway. Very little else is accessible on this most costly vehicle on the planet. Then again, actually it depends on the 1920s and 30s models, and resembles a yacht from the back. The proprietor turns out to be a gatherer of super yachts and private planes. Number 1. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. $19 million Bugatti has revealed the La Voiture Noire, interpreted as the dark vehicle made completely from carbon fiber. The first of the limited edition vehicle has been sold for $19 million to Ferdinand Peach, the proprietor of VW Gathering. Planned by Salome Etienne, it is motivated by its archetypes Veyron and Chiron and the pre-war Type 57 SC Atlantic. Fueled by a 8-liter, 16-chamber motor that produces a stunning 1,500 HP, the vehicle ought to have the option to reach over 450 km/h. Bugatti wouldn't uncover its exhibition determinations. The front is overwhelmed by the brand name horseshoe-formed Bugatti flame broil and mixes into an efficiently cleared back plan with slanting windscreen and fold-over tail lights.